Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a bit of a different one for me. This is all going to be revolving around why I canceled my subscription to Boxycharm, and in fact why I ended up canceling my subscription to almost every single beauty box that I know of existed. Before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and of course, as you guys know, if you want notifications when I upload new videos, I know this is like beating a dead horse, I pretty much say this every time, but be sure to hit that little bell icon right next to that subscribe button. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. So Boxycharm. So if you guys don't know what Boxycharm is, I'm sure you do, but just in case for those that might not know what Boxycharm is, it is a monthly subscription box. It is $21 a month. You get 4 to 5 full-size products in the box, ranging anywhere from skincare to makeup brushes and tools. So everything in between. I have been, or I should say I was, a subscriber to Boxycharm for many months. I signed up last January, I want to say. I actually saw Kathleen Lights do an unboxing, and I saw the products that were in there, and I was very intrigued to kind of try it out, go on their website, see what it was all about. And when I saw like what was in the past boxes and all that kind of stuff, I was like, how is this only $21 a month? So I signed up. In a few weeks, I got my box. That first box I got was extremely impressive. I still remember what was in it. I got like a full-size studio makeup on the go palette, which I still use. I love that palette. It came with some like under eye cream. There was a lipstick. Thought I remembered everything in it, but it was memorable enough. Like it came with an enormous value and tons of product, like full-size products for 21 bucks. A lot of this stuff you could literally look up and go buy, and it was like 40 bucks on its own. Hell yeah. So I kept it going, and I did it for a few months, and after a while I was like, you know, like monthly makeup, there's enough makeup that I want to buy that's like new releases and whatnot, so I'm like, I could put my $21 elsewhere. So at that point I did decide to cancel it. Now to my knowledge, there is no way of freezing your Boxycharm membership. My only option at that point was to cancel it, which I did. Fine. A couple months later, I started to watch, you know, I was watching their Instagram page and the sneak peeks and whatnot, and I saw they had some pretty awesome items coming out. So I was like, okay, I want to re-enroll. Well, at that point, I was put on a wait list. Now, the first time I joined up, there was no wait list. So obviously, this Boxycharm thing must have picked up speed right at the same time that I started to catch on to it. I was put on a wait list, no big deal. I get it, that's fine. And then within like 3 weeks or whatever, I was off the wait list. So I wasn't on it for very long at all. And this is when the issue started to set in. So this is what I noticed from the first months around that I was, you know, subscribed now to this second round. I would get emails from Boxycharm. So I was like, okay, they charge you on like the second or third or whatever. I don't know if everyone gets different billings or whatever. Somewhere in that first week of the month, they would bill you. Okay, great. And then it says in 5 to 10 days or something like that, you will get, you know, a shipping notification, your items will ship. Fine, cool, great and dandy. It got to the point where every single month, I would literally have to email them. Hey, it's been 10 days. I haven't gotten a shipping notification, what's going on? And then sure enough, and I kept track of this, right after I'd send these emails, they would send me a shipping confirmation all of a sudden. But again, here's where the next problem arose. When you would check this tracking number, it would literally show label created for like a week. Now, back in my day, I have worked in many a customer service, many a call centers, most of which was product based. So I was in retail, in shipping and all that stuff. And usually when a label is created, it means that that item is getting prepared to ship. Literally an item should take no more than 24 to 48 hours to leave a warehouse and get that initial scan. Once that item is picked up, it literally has nothing to do with the company. It has nothing to do with the warehouse at that point. The second UPS, FedEx, UPS, the second they accept a package, it gets scanned in their system immediately. Now, if they don't accept that package, it will literally just say label created, which means that the distributor has created that label and they have these on site. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, companies that ship out a lot of stuff, they create the label right there. They have the means to do that. They have the packaging, they have the label makers, they have all that stuff. So I would notice that this status would sit around for like another 5 days. So from the time I was billed, which was like between the 2nd and 3rd of every month, I'm charged, I'm billed, the charge is posted, it's out of my account. I wouldn't receive my box until like the last week of the month. That is insane. Now, I get it, there's a lot of memberships, whatever, that's fine. It just kind of irks me that they create this label, they send you this information just to kind of appease you, like, oh, your item's coming, but it's really not. It's still sitting there. And this is what it was like literally every month. And this wasn't just me. If you guys go on the Boxycharm Instagram page, you will see that there are just comment after comment after comment of people saying, hey, my label's created, where's my item? My best friend, she had the same issue. She would notice that it would just say label created, label created, label created, label created, just on and on and on, and then finally it would go out the end of the month. So I got in contact with customer service again to inquire about this. You guys, I have talked to their customer service. I have done everything before actually sitting down and filming this video. So I'm not going into this dry. I've been around the block, I've done what I could, I've gotten my information, I have gathered enough to sit down and actually talk to you about this. And they would say, well, you have to wait 5 to 10 days for the label to be updated. What? No, that's not true. That is so not true. The second a label is created, if it leaves their warehouse, the second they scan it, within 24 to 48 hours, that label is updated. It does not take 5 to 10 days for a label to show tracking information, because if the label's been created, that item is not going to take 10 days to get to me. It is not. So what they're trying to tell me is that once this item ships and this label is created, I'll have tracking information in 5 to 10 days. Okay, well, realistically, then I would have the item before I ever saw tracking. Sorry, USPS, UPS, FedEx, Smart Post, whatever. If you guys don't know what Smart Post is, it's basically an agreement between like UPS and FedEx, and they have an agreement with the post office. So the items are kind of like shipped and processed through UPS or FedEx, and then it's handed off to USPS, which is the United States Postal Service, for final delivery. That's what Smart Post is. So at that point, I canceled it again. I was like, you know what, whatever. I don't need it right now. I'm stacking up a ton of makeup, and I just don't, I'm not super into what they're sending out right now. They started to send out a lot of like ColourPop lipsticks, which were like the ultra matte lips. I'm not into the ultra matte formula. You know, 21 bucks is cheap, and I get it. Don't get me wrong. $21 for 4 or 5 full-size makeup items is cheap as shit. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying anything about the value of the box. It's just that it started to, a lot of the stuff I was giving away. So I decided to cancel it again. Of course, at this time, I decided to start my YouTube channel. Recently, I found out that my fiance tried to get me a Boxycharm subscription as just a random gift. He was like, I know that you weren't really into the product, but you want to do unboxings, and that, you know, some of your subscribers might be into it, so it might be kind of cool, you know, to bring that to your channel, because I've done Morphe Me now. That was my first Morphe Me unboxing. I'll link that video up here. I've tried out Allure Beauty Box. They're another story. We will get into that as well. But he ended up showing me a string of emails through their customer service. He signed up in like October or something, and there was a wait list. He got an email saying there was a problem with your payment. He told me he went in and he showed me all this stuff. The problem with the payment was that his card was supposedly expired, which is false. Card is not expired. He was using it everywhere, and I mean, we would know. His card's not expired. It wouldn't be accepted anywhere. So we were like, okay, weird. So he told me that he, you know, emailed them right away, you know, went in and fixed that whole thing or whatever to try to fix whatever was wrong with the card. And they said, oh, sorry, you're now bumped back to the end of the line. Okay, so there's no grace period. If something happens with your payment, that's it, you're done. Again, I get it. There's millions of people on the list, and there's probably very legitimate reasons for, you know, bad cards, or someone doesn't have the funds, or insufficient funds, or the card is invalid, blah, blah, blah. I get it, but I mean, isn't there like 5 or 10 minutes or even 30 seconds that you can log in and update that real quick? So, I mean, you've been waiting, you've been in line. To me, maybe that's just me being spoiled, whatever, but I just think that that's kind of ridiculous. Whatever, he updates it. He's on the wait list for another month. So at this point, it's been 2 months. I got an email on my email that was like, come back to Boxycharm. This is what you'll get in the upcoming month's box. Reactivate now, limited space available. But my fiance's on the wait list. How is it that I can get back on it, but he's still on the wait list? Okay, so maybe they would reserve spots, right? Okay, logical. They want to give their old customers a chance to come back. I guess, I get it, fine. So just for shits and giggles, I decided to pretend to re-sign up, see what would happen. Sure enough, it was telling me I'd be put on a wait list again. Boxycharm, what are you doing? Are you just trying to get people back? I mean, to me, this is borderline false advertising. I mean, if you send someone, please come back, here's what you're gonna get in this month's box, limited spots available, and it's on their website too, so anyone can go on the website and see this. It's probably still there now. Go on my phone, let's look it up. So how can there be limited spots available if technically there's no spots available because there's a wait list? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, here it says it right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says limited spots available. This is the live website right now. There you can see what was in November's box. I decided to take this over. I was like, I'm gonna email them. Right away, the guy that I talked to, or the gal, or whoever was responding, was super weird. They were like, we promise this isn't false advertising. We're sorry for the confusion. The limited spots is referring to November. It's like, okay, but we've been on the wait list since October. I don't get it. Went back and forth with them. Nothing really got resolved. So at that point I said, you know what, baby, thank you so much for trying to do this for me. It's really not that big of a deal. I am done with Boxycharm. I can honestly say that as of right now, until I hear or see different as far as feedback, they fixed their shipping. Some of you might get your boxes right away. Again, if this is no slam to people who love Boxycharm. I don't even think that Boxycharm is necessarily, the idea of it is bad as a whole, but the customer service and the shipping leaves something to be desired. So I'm done with it. I'm swearing it off for now. No more Boxycharm. All right, so let's move on to Allure Beauty Box. So I recently found out that Jaclyn Hill was curating a box for Allure Beauty Box in December. And when you sign up with Allure, you get your first box for $10 and the next one is $15. Well, I have been dying, like dying for champagne pop. And I just, believe it or not, with all the money I spend on makeup as it is, I don't know why I just haven't been able to muster up like the $36 or $38 to buy champagne pop. It's so stupid. I want it so bad. You would think I would just freaking buy champagne pop. Well, I found out that they were going to have champagne pop and a ton of other hand-picked items from Jaclyn Hill. I thought, this is freaking awesome. I want to do this. And everyone knows that Allure Beauty is like the bee's knees. If they put their stamp of approval on something, it's like really good, right? Well, it's supposed to be. I don't know. Anyways, so I signed up for Allure Beauty Box. Similar train wreck. This is just recently. Finally did get my November box. I signed up for Allure Beauty Box in the middle of November. It took 3 weeks for this to get to me. I never got tracking information. I was never told that my box shipped. I emailed customer service several times. At one point they told me they didn't have tracking information. I emailed them back. I'm like, okay, well, am I going to get the November box? Am I just getting December? Yes, you're going to get November's box. We are changing out our inventory. Unfortunately, we don't have shipping information at this time. I got this a week later. So there's nothing on my account that shows that an item shipped. I mean, it had tracking information. The hell? I don't know what it is. It's like, is the customer service just out the door with this stuff? I have no clue. This is November Allure, whatever, I got it. I'm still gonna hold out to get my Jaclyn box. And to be completely honest, once I get my Jaclyn box, I am canceling it. The one subscription so far that I have tried that I haven't really had any issues with was Morphe. Oh my God, I was on the wait list for like 3 weeks. That's it. They told me, oh, here's your tracking information. Your box is gonna be there in like 5 days. Like literally, it got to me so quickly. Once I was off the wait list, I was charged. I had my brushes within 5 days. And the cool thing about Morphe is that every month you have a chance to swap out. So like if you don't like the brushes that they're sending, you can actually switch it out. You can switch it out for makeup if you want. I saw like a Tarte highlighter on there. I saw eyeshadow palettes, NYX products, other brush sets. It's so much more customizable. This is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. But I just want to share this with you guys because if you're interested, I know that Morphe gets a lot of heat in some of their brushes and blah, 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 whatever. But I'm just explaining to you that my experience with the Morphe through Lip Glam or Live Glam, however you say it, has been successful thus far. I'm done with subscription boxes. I'm done with paying for little mini samples. I wish Boxycharm worked out because, again, it is fun. It's something cool to do on my channel. I know so many people love Boxycharm, and they do really send out some awesome things every once in a while. I get it. I'm not ragging on the products themselves, but I don't know. I guess I'm just over the headache and over with dealing with it. So leave me a comment in the comment section down below if you guys have experienced similar things with Boxycharm or any other subscription boxes. Which ones have you been successful with? Give this video a giant big ol' fat thumbs up if you like videos like this, because of course it lets me know that you like watching these and then I know to make more of them. And yeah, so that's about it. Thank you guys so much for listening to this really ridiculous first world problem of a rant, but I just had to come on and share it with you guys. So I hope you're having a great day and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!